Okay, so good day everyone. So for today, we're going to discuss about the risk management, particularly in information assurance and security. Now, risk management in information assurance security involves identifying, assessing, and prioritizing risk to an organization's information asset. It aims to minimize the impact of potential threats while ensuring the continuity of operations. Now, in both the Philippines and worldwide, effective risk management is essential for protecting sensitive data and maintaining trust among stakeholders. No? In the Philippines, no, the rapid digital transformation has heightened the need for robust risk management frameworks. Now, with business increasingly relying on technology, the risks associated with cyber threats, data breaches, and regulatory compliance have grown significantly. No? Organizations must adapt to these challenges to safeguard their assets and maintain their competitive edge. No? Global landscape of risk management. No? Globally, organizations face a myriad of risks, no, including cyber attacks, insider threats, and natural disasters. So the interconnectedness of systems and reliance on cloud computing have made risk management even more complex. So organization must navigate diverse regulatory environments and varying levels of technological maturity across different regions. To give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good evening, classmates. Good evening, Prof. I am Winnie the Store and I will be presenting risk management. What is risk management? Risk management is the process of identifying, assessing, and controlling threats to an organization's capital and earnings. These risks can stem from various sources, including financial uncertainty, legal liabilities, strategic management errors, accidents, and natural disasters. The goal of risk management is to minimize the potential negative impacts of these risks while maximizing opportunities. Common types of risk management. Number one, compliance risks. Compliance risks materialize from regulatory and compliance requirements that businesses are subject to, like Sarbanes-Oxley for publicly traded U.S. companies, or GDPR for companies that handles personal information from the EU. The consequence or impact of non-compliance is generally a fine from the governing body of the regulation. These types of risks are realized when the organization does not maintain compliance with regulatory requirements, whether those requirements are environmental, financial, security specific, or related to labor and civil laws. Number two is strategic risks. Strategic risks are those risks that could have a potential impact on a company's strategic objectives, business plans, and or strategy. Adjustment to business objective and strategy have a trickle-down effect to almost every function in the organization. Some events that could cause strategic risks to be realized are major technological changes in the company, like switching to a new tech stack, large layoffs or reduction in force, changes in leadership, competitive pressure, and legal changes. Number three is financial risk. Financial risks are fairly self-explanatory. They have the possibility of affecting an organization's profits. These types of risks often receive significant attention due to the potential impact on a company's bottom line. Financial risks can be realized in many circumstances, like performing a financial transaction, compiling financial statements, developing new partnership, and make new deals. Number 4, operational risks. Risks to operations or operational risks have the potential to disrupt daily operations involved with running businesses. Needless to say, this can be problematic scenario for organizations with employees unable to do their jobs and with product delivery possibly delayed. Operational risks can materialize from internal or external sources. Employee conduct, retention, technology failures, natural disasters, supply chain breakdown, and many more. Number 5 is reputational risks. Reputational risks are an interesting category. These risks look at a company standing in the public, in the media, and identify what could impact its reputation. The advent of social media changed the reputation game quite a bit, giving consumers direct access to brands and businesses. Consumers and investors too are becoming more conscious about the companies they do business with and their impact on the environment, society, and civil rights. Reputational risks are realized when a company receives bad press or experiences a successful cyber attacks or security breach or any situation that causes the public to lose trust in an organization. Step in risk management process. Number 1 is risk identification. Number 2 is risk analysis or assessment. Number 3, controls implementation. Number 4, resource and budget allocation. Number 5, risk mitigation. Number 6, risk monitoring, reviewing, and reporting. Number 1, risk identification. The first step in the risk management process is risk identification. This step takes into account the organization's overarching goals and objectives. Ideally, through conversation with management and leadership, identifying risks to company goals involves asking, what could go wrong? With the plans and activities aimed at meeting those goals, as an organization moves from macro-level risks to more specific function and process-related risks, risk teams should collaborate with critical stakeholders and process owners, gaining their insight into the risks that they foresee. As risks are identified, they should be captured in formal documentation. Most organizations do this through a risk register, which is a database of risks, risk owners, mitigation plans, and risk scores. Number 2 is risk analysis or assessment. Analyzing risks or assessing risks involves looking at the likelihood that a risk will be realized and the potential impact that risk would have on the organization if that risk were realized. By quantifying this on the 3 or 5-point scale, risk prioritization becomes simpler. Multiplying the risk likelihood score with the risk impact scores generate the risk overall risk scores. This value can then be compared to other risks for prioritization purposes. Number 3, controls assessment and implementation. Once risks have been identified and analyzed, controls that addresses or partially address those risks should be mapped. Any risks that don't have associated controls or that have controls that are inadequate to mitigate the risk should have controls designed and implemented to do so. Number 4 is resource and budget allocation. This step, the source and budget allocation step, doesn't get included in a lot of content about risk management. However, many businesses find themselves in a position where they have limited sources and funds to dedicate to risk management and remediation. Developing and implementing new controls and control processes is timely and costly. There's usually a learning curve for employees to get used to changes in their workflow. Using the risk register and corresponding risk scores, management can more easily allocate resources and budget to priority areas. With cost effectiveness in mind, each year, leadership should evaluate their resource allocation as part of annual risk lifestyle practices. Number 5, the risk mitigation. Step on risk management involves both coming up with the action plan for handling often risks and then executing on that action plan. Mitigating risk successfully takes buy-in from various stakeholders. Due to the various types of risks that exist, each action plans may look vastly different between risks. For example, vulnerabilities present in information system pose a risk to data security and could result in a data breach. The action plan for mitigating these risks might involve automatically installing security patches for IT system as soon as they are released and approved by the IT infrastructure manager. Another identified risk could be the possibility of cyber attacks, resulting in data infiltration or a security breach. The organization might decide that establishing security controls is not enough to mitigate the threat, and thus contract with an insurance company to cover up on cyber incidents. To related security risks, very different mitigation strategies. One more note on risk mitigation. These are 4 generally accepted treatment strategies for risk. These 4 treatments are: number 1 is risk acceptance. Risk thresholds are within acceptable tolerance and the organization chooses to accept this risk. Number 2 is risk transfer. The organization chooses to transfer the risk or part of the risk to a third-party provider or insurance company. Number 3 is risk avoidance. The organization chooses not to move forward with that risk and avoid incurring it. Number 4 is risk mitigation. The organization establishes an action plan for reducing or limiting risk to acceptable levels. The last step is the risk management. life cycle is monitoring risks, reviewing the organization risk posture, and reporting on risk management activities. Risk should be monitored on a regular basis to detect any changes. Is risk scoring, mitigation plans, or owners? Regular risk assessment can help organizations continue to monitor their risk posture. Having a risk committee or similar committee meet on a regular basis, such as quarterly, integrates risk management activities into scheduled operation and ensures that risks undergo continuous monitoring. This committee meeting also provide a mechanism for reporting risk management matters to senior management and the board as well as affected stakeholders. As an organization reviews and monitors its risk and mitigation effort, it should apply any lesson learned and use past experience to improve future risk management plans. Importance of risk management: protects assets, helps safeguard the organization assets and resources, enhances decision making, provides a framework for making informed decisions regarding investments, projects, and strategic initiatives. Improves reputation. Organizations that effectively manage risks are often seen as more reliable and trustworthy. Ensures compliance, helps organizations comply with legal and regulatory requirements. Conclusion: effective risk management is crucial for organizations to navigate uncertainties and capitalize on opportunities while minimizing potential threats. It fosters resilience and helps sustain long-term success. Thank you, and I hope you get useful knowledge from this presentation. Thank you and good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam. No, again, as our presenter mentioned, no, risk management is a critical component, no, in a risk assessment, no, which involves identifying vulnerabilities and evaluating the likelihood and impact of potential threats. No, in the Philippines, no, companies may face unique challenges due to limited resources and expertise in cybersecurity. No, and this highlights the importance of tailored risk assessment methodologies that consider local context and conditions. No, regulatory frameworks play a vital role in guiding risk management practices. No, in our country, the Data Privacy Act of 2012 no, mandates organizations to implement security measures, no, to protect personal data. Compliance with such regulations requires organizations to conduct regular risk assessment and develop robust information security policies to mitigate identified risks. No? So, therefore, no, risk management in information assurance security is critical necessity in both the Philippines and worldwide. No, as organizations navigate an increasingly complex threat landscape, effective risk management, no, will be essential for protecting information asset and ensuring business continuity. By prioritizing risk management, your organization can build resilience, foster trust, and ultimate drive sustainable growth in the digital age. No? So cultural factors influence risk management practices. No? In the Philippines, no? A strong emphasis on relationship and trust can impact how organizations approach risk management. No? Companies must consider cultural nuances when developing policies and training programs to ensure they resonate with employees and stakeholders. No? Collaboration and information sharing among organizations can enhance risk management efforts. No? Specifically in the Philippines, no? Partnership between the public and private sectors can facilitate knowledge, no? Sharing and promote best practice and information security. So on a global scale, organization can benefit from sharing threat intelligence to better understand and mitigate risk. No? So continuous, of course, risk management is not a one-time effort. It requires continuous monitoring and assessment, or reassessment rather. No? An organization worldwide must regularly review their security posture to adapt to evolving threats and changes in the business environment. No? In the Philippines, no, ongoing monitoring can help organizations stay ahead of potential risk and ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. No? An effective risk management strategy includes a well-defined incident response plan. So this plan outlines the steps an organizations must take in the event of a security breach or data loss. No? In our country, organizations may lack the resources to develop comprehensive plans, making it essential to prioritize incident response readiness as part of the risk management efforts. Now, human factors, again, are significant aspect of risk management because employee training and awareness are crucial for minimizing risk associated with human error. So many organizations in our country face challenges in implementing comprehensive training programs due to budget constraint. Now, therefore, fostering a culture of security awareness is essential for reducing the likelihood of security breaches. Okay? So technology play a dual role in risk management, serving a tool a tool for enhancement and a source of risk. No? Organization must leverage technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning to detect anomalies and manage risk effectively. However, the integration of these technologies, no, must be approached with caution to avoid introducing new vulnerabilities into existing system. And I think that's it for this topic.